Okay, the federal government uses like a lot of evil technology and stuff, and they even have supernatural entities to come off like gods, but they're not gods. You know what I mean? Like they're above us, but they're lower than gods. And it actually, because if you fall under the Mosaic religious tradition, you believe in one God. Okay, so Muslims, Christians, Jews, we believe in one God. That's the tree right there. Everything is three. You know what I mean? For the righteous God, it gotta be one of the three. Okay, it gotta be Christian, Muslim, or Hebrew, or Jew. You know what I'm saying? That's the tree right there. Because from what I gather right now, everything is in three. But let me make my point real quickly, right? Um, I went against the deep state. And like I would like to believe I win in every dimensions and stuff, but I'll be a lie. Because I lost my marriage, I lost my house, I lost my kids. Um I took some losses and stuff, right? But here I went on, right? This is real city, right? Um they love to whitewash God. So God was inside of a black man. The angry outside. God was inside of a black man. They're mad about that. They're mad that like they are the ones, right? The the government medical team. You know what I mean? Like the people who oversees the diagnosis, the symptoms, and the classification of illnesses and so on. You know what I mean? Who create the SOPs and the processes and stuff. Those people, they um they came up with what a schizo patient's supposed to be with and so on, right? I met that. I'm not schizo, okay, but I met that because based on you have an experience of God, it's supposed to put you as a schizo, right? Okay, okay. So I beat them at okay. They mad at God side with a black person because God not supposed to see color. God doesn't see color and stuff, right? You know what I mean? But they white. I'm trying to show you how mad they are. They're mad at like, hold up, God side with a black person? Oh my God, that's heresy. You know, but little do they know, right? Christ was dark skinned. And I mean, not be black, but he was dark skinned. You know what I'm saying? Right? He was no white man. Okay. And that's why that's a white supremacy complex going on. They're mad. They're mad that I beat them at Carlites. You know what I mean? They're mad that I beat them at that God standing with a black person and also God my experiences and stuff, they wanted me to be on medicine or a loony bin or something. You know what I'm saying? You know, and I was a medicine. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to say it's my decision to come off medicine, but I was programmed that way. I was programmed not to be on medicine. You know what I mean? See, like how I using the word a microwave. Okay, I'm the owner of the house. I bought a microwave for my kitchen. I don't want a microwave to fly. I don't want a microwave to walk away. I just want a microwave to stay there and heat food up when I tell it to heat food up. So I am a product of the architect. And I mean, the architect wanted me to be in this position right now because I predicted all this in 96. I mean, not me. Well, God showed me all this in 96. I didn't understand it. And it had to come. You know what I mean? I watched a video on Facebook of a guy getting slapped by a chick, right? When the chick walk by, I say, hey girl, you got a big booty. He gets smacked. Okay, then this guy come with a time machine and stuff, and they say like, let's go back a minute before this. So the girl passed back a second time, and he said like, you're so beautiful. He said something nice now, and he still gets smacked. So they do it again, and the third time he's like, I ain't gonna see that. I'm just gonna watch the girl, and he still gets smacked. It was no matter what he did, he was gonna get smacked. No matter what I did, like I could have tried to avoid it and stuff. I still would have been in this situation. You know what I mean? No matter what. And I'm saying I could have been living in North Korea. I still would have been in this situation and stuff, man. You know what I mean? And that was the message. But anyways, no, like they're mad. That's that white superiority complex, that white supremacy. I was telling folks a long time ago. I wasn't making this up. They were racist. You know what I mean? Cause think about it, right? I had a government job. They could have put them same resources. They could have said like, remember, everybody, my whole staff was white. You know what I mean? Like, you couldn't put all the resources to help me stand out and get promoted. Oh, okay, let's break it down like this, right? They go claim, right, that the reason why the cops was harassing me because I stood out because I'm African American. How come my resume couldn't stand out? Okay, that same mentality you're using and why you just justifying why the cops was fucking with me. Why couldn't HR fuck with me that same way? Damn, he stands out. He's African American. Damn, he stands out. My two supervisors, my direct line supervisor and her supervisor, have a GED fucking diploma. I got a fucking bachelor's and I had a fucking at the time I probably had what 3 or 4 classes away from my masters. You know what I mean? That would have definitely, just by the criteria of the college credit, that would have been at GS 11. I would have met the criteria for GS 11 because remember now, I was on the 10-point preference. I was a 10-point preference because I had a disability and stuff. You know what I mean? They could have given me those jobs and stuff, but they didn't want to do that because you know what I mean. See the how the racism work, right? Like they say I'm not standing out. I stood out there. I stood out. I was the next person up at Fort Drum. You know what I mean? But why I stood out is my car, and I get fucked with the cops. They fucking racist. And nobody want to open their eyes and fucking talk the truth. You know what I mean? The same way the fucking cops say I stood out because I'm African American, my fucking resume could have fucking stood out too. You know what I mean? And that was the message that God wanted me to put out there. Like I think God sat back and like, you know what, man? Let me feed this guy information stuff, man. And he's the one who fed me the information with the Carlites. It wasn't me. Because I was thinking to myself, like, did I get played? Like, am I? Because I don't like to go against the grain of society and stuff, right? And I mean, ask anybody. I'm a very compliant person. I'm like, who fed me all this information? Is it the devil? Because I'm thinking, but it can't be the devil. You know what I'm saying? Because like that was a godly experience I experienced. It was trying to tell me like wake up because of the what happened when I went back to my body and stuff, man. And I went back and I went into my bedroom and stuff. Not the same night. Probably could be like 2 or 3 nights. A dragon passed by, and it was cursing. You know what I mean? And then I was experiencing all this zombie stuff like vampires and Frankenstein closets coming out and shit. And then it all stopped the minute, not the same night, but the next night or the next 2 nights, they all stopped when an eagle sat on my bed. You know what I mean? It all stopped. And like, what I call that a devilish stuff? No, they was trying to scare me. And even worse yet, like 3 days before I joined the army, it came back again trying to scare me out of the army in 2004. You know what I mean? And like, regardless of what, man, they was gonna mess with me. You know what I mean? And what God said, like, you know what? Oh, they're not letting up her. They're not letting up. Boom! Hit them with a fucking pandemic. And I didn't even see it come. I hear about it in China and stuff. Then I hear about it. I was in the hospital and stuff in Manhattan and stuff. And it looked like a war zone. You know what I mean? Like long lines to get in the hospital and stuff. And like all this plastic and so on. Like it looked real scary and stuff, man. You know what I mean? It looked like a scene from an alien movie. You know what I mean? And then out of anger now, I'm walking to my car and I'm just thinking, oh, these guys messed with me. After I came out of my hospital in February and stuff, I came home back into Elkins Park. And then one time going to my car, and I was like, you know what? They doing too much, man. And I said, that's why you guys get the coronavirus. And then months passed by, it started to make sense. You know what I mean? What a message came to me like God moves like a thief in the night. You see it coming and stuff, right? You know what I mean? But you're like, nah, it can't be, it can't be. And then boom, it take the whole world. Had the whole world locked down. You know what I mean? And I'm crying and but like I was really emotional and stuff, man. Like from time to time, I get emotional and stuff, thinking like, why I'm going through this, and I mean, like God, I needed to intervene. I needed to let everybody know you was talking to me and stuff, man. But like, you can't. That's not how God operate. You know what I mean? Like, you can't like tell God. You can't give God a demand and stuff. You know what I mean? You might request it, but you can't demand God because like tempt not the Lord thy God. He moves when he wants to move. He's like that guy on the Goodfellas. Um, I forget that dude, man. Who like when people running to get a phone from him and stuff, man. And like the guy the narrator of Goodfellas said like he moves to nobody. You know what I mean? That's God. God moves to nobody, man. He moves when he wants to move. You know what I mean? And it's not like these fake gods and stuff telling me, well, I forgot about your experience 96 and stuff. Pardon me. Nah. Well, he didn't say pardon me, but he said, like, I forget about your experience 96. And I mean, I have so much going on. No, that's not God. They're playing tricks on me and stuff, man. That's not God, man. You know what I mean? You know, like, always remember, man, God don't make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? They coming to me in my dream and asking me, when this happened in Iraq. You know what I'm saying? Like it's too much of like, and I almost fell victim for it. You know what I mean? So basically, if you were lying and stuff, man, about the illness, and they playing tricks like that, you could fall for it. You know what I mean? I because I think what because everything is logic. It's psycho logic. You know what I mean? Your mind and logic. Everything has to make sense, right? Only thing that made sense to me, I had to always go backwards to 96. That's why I'm talking about it over and over again. I'm not talking about Iraq. I'm not talking about 2003. Everything was just 96. You know what I mean? That's all. I was like my in this Inception movie when Leonardo DiCaprio was spinning the top. So he had to come back to something to give him reality. Well, that was my reality, was 96. I mean, and every time I would try to remember but the biggest one of it all, I had lost my spirit and a bigger spirit came. The same spirit that smacked me in my face, that was the biggest spirit. Because what happened? A little hole opened up and a tiny spirit went into that. And it was saying, yippee, I'm free. You know what I mean? And I'm laughing, I'm pointing, I'm laughing. And then the bigger one turned around and came and smacked me in my face and took me for a ride, man. Like kidnapped me, son. You know what I mean? And like they don't know who they're fucking with, yo. You know what I mean? You don't curse in the presence of God and stuff. You always gotta be humble. But like I'm giving that authority. They didn't know who they was fucking with for real. You know what I mean? Because like no disrespect to my wife and stuff, man. She lost her dad. She lost her dad and her grandfather. She lost her grandfather in 2018, and then she lost her father in 2020. The same week I put up like about 3 days later when I put up somebody's gonna die and somebody's gonna miss something. I'm losing an arm. That her dad died. You know what I mean? I felt really guilty for that. And she's not part of it. I promise you, she's not part. And if she is, and if she was cheating on me and stuff, man, I don't know. I forgive her. You know what I'm saying? But like they they fucked up. They really fucked up, yo. Because they're gonna lose. Trump is gonna lose the election, and that's not me being. I just bite my tongue. That's not me being cocky and stuff. You know what I mean? It's just how everything adds up logically, because God moves on logic. Trump is gonna lose. And regardless of what, deep state gonna still keep their job. So basically, they're always gonna win. You know what I mean? They don't have the criteria and stuff to run for president because if people see how dirty they are and stuff, they can't, they can't win. These guys are dirty. They do some really dirty stuff. They probably having sex with boys, and I don't want to curse them and stuff, so on. But like, when people dirty, like they just can't come and have a public office. These guys, they dirty. You know what I mean? They really, really dirty. Like if you was to see their souls and stuff, man. You know what I mean? Like I promise you, I had a lot of fears and stuff, right? But I had to go online. I had to put them all out there. You know what I'm saying? Like I was really desperate for help and stuff, and I didn't know what angle to go in and stuff. So I was like, okay, maybe if I just repent and I put everything out there in the open and stuff. But like, regardless of what, I had to go public with it. You know what I mean? Because once again, I'm programmed by the architect to do all this. You know what I mean? Feel good though, man. Feel good, nice and peaceful. No loud engines. You know what I mean? But like, they fucked up. I they gonna dig this the hole so deep that like if somebody's paying attention, like because we have spies all over, you know what I mean, invisible spies and stuff too, just like the supernatural. Um, if anybody's paying attention, they just expose all the weaknesses and government assets and all the strategies and stuff. Like they're dumb. They were real dumb, and they think they like. I'm talking about a chess move and so on, and I'm always boxed in, but like they didn't know they was boxing themselves in by God. You know what I'm saying? Like crossing the Billy Billy Goat Gruff crossing the bridge, the small one, and the troll under try to come for him. He's like, no, no, don't eat me. Like, come here, nigga. You know what I'm saying? No, 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 no. And we're not supposed to respond to nigga and stuff, right? No, I'm not. Like, you wanna eat me? There's a nigga bigger than me behind me and so on, man. Oh, for real? And like, that's greed. That troll is just like the government, just like the government deep state, right? They thought I was being greedy for money, and them was the one being greedy for I don't know for what. And I'm saying, but like they couldn't stop. I mean, as of tonight too, I went to get food and stuff, and I saw in one car light and stuff to the point that I almost hit the incoming car towards a motorcycle. Because one guy pulled over to the side, but he couldn't really pull over, so I was trying to go around him, and one car light coming, so I towards a motorcycle, so I was like, I'm going really slow, and I realized I stopped because there was no room for me to drive, because like the road was so narrow. If it was a motorcycle, he could have probably squeezed by, you know what I mean? But it was a car. You see how dumb they are? So they creating more. I'm done with car accident. Any car accident I get and so on, I don't want to call my insurance company. And if any more car accident I get and so on, I just think I might have to absorb it. But that's how, again, how careless and reckless they are. You know, and they call themselves gods. Gods don't move like that. A God would never do that. You know what I'm saying? A God would never put me through the same thing twice. You know what I mean? Because not because I forgot. Pardon me, Joel. I forgot. My plate is pretty full and so on now. You know what I'm saying? Um, God won't put me through that second time. You know what I mean? And I'm glad that I had to close my eyes and rethink. And that's what this is for me. This was done for me. This was the purpose of this right here, is so that I could have the isolation to rethink of what went on. A small spirit went through that little hole, and the bigger spirit came. And I'm pointing, laughing in the air, ha 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 ha, pack, hit me in my face and knocked me out, man. And I'm saying, poof, and took me. You know what I mean? Took me, haste me away, man. I mean, they didn't know what they was messing with. They think they're messing with just like an ordinary spirit, man. My spirit is huge. My spirit is so huge. Like when I went back to work and stuff, trying to use the bathroom felt tiny. My mom's apartment felt tiny for like a whole year until I left for college. I couldn't stay there. And then when I came back home, you could ask my mom this. When I came back home in '98 now, I couldn't even stay at my mom's house. I went to stay at my uncle's house. Cause like, mommy, your apartment too small. You know what I mean? Them checkered walls and stuff was too small and stuff, man. I was done with that. You know what I mean? And then eventually I started staying away from Brooklyn, and I met my wife, and we was boyfriend and girlfriend, and I just stayed up there. I really thought I was part of Northern New York, man. You know what I mean? But them white boys, they could have it. And like they will claim like, nah, we not racist. Because really and truly, man, like I have thick skin. The guy who called me nigger rich and stuff, I could have been friends with him afterwards and stuff. Like, okay, he was under the influence of alcohol. You know what I mean? I would have, because I'm that naive, I would have blocked it off and stuff and ha 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 ha. But I would not trust him. I would not, if I get in a fight and stuff and I was to trust that he was going to have him, I wouldn't trust him like that. You know what I mean? I'll just have enough room to be friendly with him in public. And then when I'm doors closed and stuff, I'm done with him. Which one was that? Call me Biden. Trump is trying to make fun of Biden itching his nose. That's hilarious, man. You know what I mean? But yo, I'm done. I'm gonna end on this one here, man. They're mad, son. They be getting mad at that. Oh, let's see who bowls the bigger. You know what I mean? Or pop them the bird and stuff driving.